Hi guys, welcome to Night School. In this episode we're going to be looking at a 21 population Japanese archer rush build order. Okay, so if you enjoy Age of Empires 2 content, you want to improve the game or you want to learn build orders, start now by subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell icon to be notified of any new uploads. Okay, so for this one, it's just your standard start where you're making two houses with your starting villages and sending them to sheep, and then your new villages that come out of your town centre will also go to sheep until you've got a total of 6 on the sheep. And following on from that, it does change a little bit, so we're only going to go for 2 for the wood. And the reason for that is just purely because the Japanese have their bonus, which means that any resource buildings that they make cost half the price. So instead of 100 wood, they'll be costing 50 wood. So there's not so much of a big need for the wood to start off with, which is great. So it's not your standard tactic that you would necessarily use for Japanese. I think the standard meta really would be men-at-arms into archers if you were doing something with archers. So I'd probably suggest this is for those people who want to do something a little bit different, or perhaps you're not that confident in doing a drush or a men-at-arms type rush. So this will give you a little bit of an extra edge in terms of being able to click up to the feudal age quicker, and you'll actually be doing it 2 villages less than the generic archer rush, so that could be a huge difference. So next villager to come out is going to go and lure the boar and bring that back to the town centre, and then the next villager to come out is going to go over towards the berries, make 2 houses, and then go over to the berries himself. And then the next 3 villagers to come out are going to go to berries as well. And then during that time, you're going to want to send a villager from your existing boar to go and lure the second boar. Probably when you're getting your last villager out to the berries. So whilst this is happening, I think it's a good time just to mention that we do have a Discord channel, which would be really good if you wanted to join that one. It's quite an inclusive place. There's no sort of high level snobbery, is a word I should perhaps use. No one's looked down upon in my Discord channel. So if you want to talk about Age of Empires 2 or just arrange games or request build order videos, things like that, by all means do join. The link is in the description. So the next video that came out just went to the boar. There's going to be 1 more to go to the boar as well, which will give us a total of 9 on boar. And then from here, the next 5 villages to come out are all going to go to wood. We're going to have a second lumber camp, so they'll probably go over here. And then we'll click loom, and then we'll click up to the feudal age. So I tried this a few times, and it does seem to work quite well. It does enable you to get your archery ranges down, your blacksmith, get fletch in, all pretty much straight away, and also research double bit axe straight away, and to also get horse collar as well. So in terms of getting horse collar, it will be delayed a little bit. You'll probably have about 4 farms down before you get horse collar, but that's absolutely fine with an archer rush, because chances are those farms are going to expire anyway before you get to the castle age, or maybe even before you've even clicked up. And the only difference that would make in getting horse collar sooner is they'll probably run out as soon as you hit castle age, as opposed to before. So it probably works out better actually, because if they run out before you've clicked up to castle age, it will just give you that opportunity to just readjust your eco slightly if you need to. So now we've researched Loom, we've clicked up for the Feudal Age. We're sending 3 villagers to go to mine gold from the food, and we're sending 3 to wood and 1 to a straggler tree as well. So across the main lumber camps we should have 10 on wood and 1 doing the straggler tree. So that would just leave us with 2 on food, which are just collecting from the sheep at this point. So they should take a little while to gather those sheep. It just sort of gives you a bit of extra time before you need to start putting those farms down, because as I say, we are having a slightly delayed horse collar, so if we can delay putting the farms down and still have a decent enough economy, then that works out better. So we need to be putting a house and a barracks down whilst we're going up to the Feudal Age. And then pretty much as soon as we're about to hit the Feudal Age, just take a second villager from the wood, going over to here and get them into position, and then they can start making the archery ranges as soon as Feudal Age comes in. As you can see in the corner here, we've got double bit axe being researched, and we've got a couple of villages queued up. So we're going to send 5 new villagers over to the gold whilst those are being made. And then pretty much as soon as the ranges come up, you want to start producing archers straight away. So you might be wondering why I didn't send that villager over to the wood line. It's purely because we're going to do something else with him a bit later. So once the archer ranges are built, just send one of them back to the wood line just so they keep collecting. You'll only need 1 builder, and you should have enough wood to be able to get the blacksmith down at this point, which we are doing now. Archers are on the way out, and more villagers are on the way out as well. So we'll just see how this all goes. So, blacksmith's up, fletching is now on its way in. And the archers, more production of the archers is on the way. Probably say when you get to about 6 archers you want to go on the attack, and then just keep adding more and more archers with a gather point up near the enemy base, just so you can keep adding to them. With this builder, just keep building houses, and then we're getting to a point now where we're going to start needing some farms. So the wood eco is fairly secure, so just move that straggler tree villager on to making a farm, and then we'll start adding farms as we go along. I'm going to set the gather point to the straggler trees, and then every time we get 60 wood we'll add a new farm in. As you can see, the attack is on the go. You may find that you can get countered by skirmishers, but I probably find that generally the multiplayer game wouldn't necessarily just go straight into skirmishes like that, so you probably have a bit more time. But with a bit of micro and getting your scout involved as well, you should be able to kill them off quite easily enough. Again, just adding farms, and we should see horse collar coming in. Oh no, it's already come in. I missed that one. It must have come in whilst I was looking at the fight up here. As you can see, we managed to clear up those skirmishes. More and more archers are coming out. That idle villager there, ignore that one. But yeah, at this point it's just a case of keep adding farms, keep getting the food eco boomed up, and probably when you get about 14-15 farms, start looking at researching wheelbarrow, and then keep adding farms until you've got enough resources to go up to the castle age at that point. So that's how you do the 21 population archer rush with the Japanese. You can possibly add some skirmishers as well if you do need to, so if they're going for full skirmishers like the AI seems to be doing, you can add some skirmishers in there as well. But as you can see, with a bit of micro and using your scout to go in there and attack them as well, you should be able to get on top of the skirmishers fairly quickly. And as you can see, we're now raiding the economy. We've got a decent amount of archers together, and there's not really a huge amount of skirmishers. Just using the hill bonus there as well, just to make sure that we can take full advantage and kill those skirmishers as quickly as possible. So yep, just in case it, keep adding farms, and as I say, research wheelbarrow when you've got about 14-15 farms, and then keep adding farms and click up to the castle age, and that is essentially it. So thanks a lot guys, do remember to hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed the video and want to see more Age of Empires 2 build orders, and I'll see you on the next one.